Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, you know who it is, coming at you guys back again once again with a brand new video. And ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present you guys with our newest installment of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon competitive guide / review, whatever you guys want to call it. And in this video, we are going to be going over Necrozma, Dusk Mane form, and I just got to say that I am particularly excited about this review because Dusk Mane Necrozma is just, where do I even begin with a Pokemon like this? It's just, like, it's just amazing. Like, best way I can sum it up for a lack of better terminology. So, with all that being said, guys, let's go over the basics by taking a look at its typing, abilities, and stats. Alright, so for Dusk Mane Necrozma, it is going to be sporting the Psychic Steel typing, which is a fantastic typing defensively, and it does pretty alright offensively too. As for the ability, it is going to get Prism Armor, and this is a more improved version of Filter. Basically what Prism Armor does is it reduces the damage of super effective moves by 25%, and it works even if you have an ability like Mold Breaker. It's going to work regardless, which is just absolutely fantastic. Up next, we take a look at the stats, okay? It's going to have a base 97 HP, which kind of does suck considering that regular Solgaleo has a gigantic HP stat. I believe it's like 137 if memory serves. But this HP is pretty damn awesome. We get to the attack, it is base 157, and woo! This Pokemon already is destined to hit very hard. Up next, we take a look at that defense stat. It is base 127, which coupled with 97 HP, it is going to be absolutely amazing that this Pokemon is going to be able to take defensive hits, and given its typing coupled with the ability Prism Armor, for it to take super effective hits just that much better, makes it so that this Pokemon is actually going to be very, very difficult to take down without immediate setup. We then take a look at the special attack. It is at a pretty respectable base 113, but you definitely do not want to neglect the use of base 157 attack because that, in my opinion, is the better of the two offensive options. We then take a look at the special defense. It is going to be at a very decent base 109, and coupled with its base 120 defense, it is going to be absolutely amazing to see this Pokemon take hits from both sides of the spectrum. And last but not least, we have its speed stat being 77, which makes this Pokemon relatively slow for Uber standards, but the thing is, though, is that it does make sense that the speed has been reduced quite a bit because this was initially Solgaleo, and then you had Necrozma armor being packed onto it, so obviously that armor is going to be weighing it down quite a bit. But with all that being said, guys, I am pretty damn impressed with the stat spread, but we're only just getting started, so let's go ahead and let's move on to its typing, weaknesses, and resistances. So with its Psychic Steel typing, you, right off the bat, are going to be weak to Fire, Ground, Ghost, and Dark, which are all very common offensive typings and quite easily exploitable, but that is where the bad news ends. We then take a look at its immunity. It is immune to poison, which is going to be very, very fantastic. And then it's all even better news from here because we take a look at the resistances. Right off the bat, it's got a 4 times resistance to Psychic, it 2 times resists the likes of Normal, Grass, Ice, Flying, Rock, Dragon, Steel, and Fairy. Hello, Xernea's counter! I mean, Solgaleo was already a great Xernea's counter, but this Pokemon right here it's just gonna be absolutely amazing. So, this right here just absolutely screams top tier threat in the Ubers tier, in my opinion. But with all that said, guys, let's now go over some of the sets that you can make use of for Dusk Mane Necrozma. So with this first set here, I would like to call this the Dusk Mane Necrozma Double Dancing set. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're turning this thing into a double dancer. So as for its ability, well, the only ability it has access to is going to be Prism Armor, but then we take a look at the item of choice. It is going to be Life Orb. That is my personal preference, but it's up to you as to what item you want to use for this particular set. We then take a look at further details. It is going to be an Adamant nature with 252 attack, 252 speed, and 4 on the special defense. And then we get to the move set. The first move is going to be Autotomize, which while it does reduce your weight by 100 kilos, it increases your speed by 2 stages. So that base 77 speed is kind of becoming, it's like, well, it's gonna be really fast, what I'm trying to say, man. Woo! So then up next, we take a look, we have Swords Dance, and this is going to increase your attack stat by 2 stages, and with a fully invested attack stat, Adamant Nature, oh man, this is going to be hitting very, very hard. So up next, we have ourselves Photon Geyser, which is a special type move. Now you're probably thinking, MegaCrasher, have you completely lost your mind? Photon Geyser is a special move. What are you doing using a special move on a physical set? Well, allow me to explain this, friends. Photon Geyser is a special move, yes, but what this does is it takes the highest offensive stat. So in this situation here, it's going to be the attack stat, and it's going to do special damage. So it's taking the attack stat and doing special damage. Like, how cool is that? That is absolutely fantastic of a move, and this is going to turn it into a pseudo-mixed sweeper/attacker. Man, oh man alive, this is just absolutely amazing already. And then last but not least, we have Sun Steel Strike, which is going to be capitalizing on the fact that this move ignores abilities and it's just stab, and it is just going to be absolutely amazing. Like, I just can't believe how great this set looks already. And it just came to my attention that if you want to, you can use Weakness Policy, which if you are hit by a super effective move, it's going to activate and it's going to increase the attack and special attack by 2 stages. And given the fact that it has a really good defensive type, and given the fact it has really good defensive stats, and given the fact it has a really solid ability that reduces the damage of super effective moves, this is a top candidate for the Weakness Policy item. So with all of that being said, guys, we are just skimming the tip of the iceberg. So with that said, let's go ahead and let's move on to the next set. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the next set that we got going on here is going to be utilizing Dusk Mane Necrozma's defensive capabilities, and believe me when I say this, that you will not be disappointed with the functionality of this set. So the ability, well, its only ability should kind of go without saying, is going to be Prism Armor. And then we take a look at the item of choice. I decided I want to go for Rocky Helmet, because whenever the opponent makes contact with you, they lose 1/6 of their health, which is fantastic. But it's entirely up to you. You can go for something like a Citrus Berry, you can go for something like Leftovers. It's really up to you, but my personal preference is Rocky Helmet. We then take a look at the nature. It is going to be an Impish nature, which is going to reduce the special attack and increase the physical defense. And the EV spread is going to go like this. We got 248 EVs into the HP, 252 in the defense, and 8 into speed. So that way, if you're facing off against other Dusk Mane Necrozma with a speed stat of 77, you'll have the jump with 8 speed rather than uninvested. So then we take a look at the moves, which goes as follows. This Pokemon gets access to Stealth Rocks, which is just it's just so amazing. This Pokemon is absolutely amazing with Stealth Rocks, because this is a Pokemon that will last a long time in battle if played correctly. And this Pokemon with the users of Stealth Rocks, it's just too much already. So then we take a look at the next move. It is going to be that of Morning Sun. And what this does is, depending on the weather condition, it heals the HP accordingly. Now, if you did not have any weather, it would heal by 50%. If it was sun, then you would heal, I believe, 66% or maybe more. I can't exactly remember off the top of my head. But any other weather conditions, you heal less than 50. I believe it's like 33%, but either way, you have a really good move to heal up your HP, so that way you can keep on taking hits and playing that role as you do best in battle there, Dusk Mane. So coming up next is Sunsteel Strike. You're going to want to have that steel type stab, and even uninvested, base 157 attack is going to hit like a truck. That means that even Xerneas isn't going to be safe, even though you're clearly meant to be a defensive Pokemon. And then last but not least, we have Earthquake. Earthquake, in my opinion, is the more superior move, but feel free to disagree if you want to replace Earthquake with another move for coverage. But Earthquake, in my opinion, is the best option, because it does nail the likes of Primal Groudon and Steel Arceus switch-ins. But you can go for something like Toxic if you want, so that way you have a little more utility under your belt. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the next set that we got going on, it is going to be a Weakness Policy Autotomized setup set with more coverage. So the ability obviously should go without saying. Its only ability is going to be Prism Armor, and we are going to be having the Weakness Policy as an item. And it's as I've stated in, I believe, the first set here, that this Pokemon is a fantastic user of Weakness Policy, because coupled that with Prism Armor and its really good solid bulk, this Pokemon will find lots of opportunity to activate weakness policy and become even more of a sweeping threat in battle. So up next, we take a look at the nature. It is going to be an adamant nature. You're going to want to have that max attack without a shadow of a doubt. And we are going to be having 252 attack investment with 252 speed and 4 special defense. And then we take a look at the moveset. It is going to be that of Autotomize, which is going to increase your speed stat by 2 stages, making you that much more of a threatening sweeper. And this set right here is going to make Pokemon think twice before attacking you with the super effective move, unless of course if they're already set up, but more often than not, I have a feeling that this Pokemon is going to live through super effective attacks because of its amazing natural bulk and abilities. And then up next, we have ourselves Sunsteel Strike. Should kind of go without saying, this move is practically irreplaceable because this Pokemon with Sunsteel Strike, it is going to be the ultimate bane of Xernea's existence, okay? And with all that being said, it ignores abilities as well, so there you go. That's why this move is absolutely fantastic. And then up next, we have Photon Geyser. Yes, we have Photon Geyser, a special attacking move again, but if you recall back to what I said in the first slide here, is that Photon Geyser uses the highest of the attacking stats. So whether it's special attack or physical attack, it doesn't matter. In this situation here, it's going to be physical attack, which means that Photon Geyser is going to be taking that physical attack and using it as a special move. So it's, as I said, this is a pseudo mixed attacking set, which is just absolutely amazing. Oh, did I forget to mention, this move also ignores abilities as well. And then last but not least, we have Earthquake, which is going to round off this set very nicely because it is going to be a great way to punish any Primal Groudon switch-ins, but feel free to exchange Earthquake for something like Knockoff or any other move that you see fit to run on this set right here. With all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and let's move on to our next set. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so with this last set here, it is going to be an all-out attacking Assault Vest using set, but that's just my personal preference. But let's get into the details of the set. So we have Prism Armor is going to be its ability. The item for choice, there's actually a couple of ways that you can utilize this set, but I'm going to get into that shortly. The item for choice for this particular set is going to be Assault Vest, which means that although you can use attacking moves only, it increases your special defense by 50%. And combine that with its natural bulk, Prism Armor, oh man, what super effective attacks? Like, what are those to Dusk Mane Necrozma? This Pokemon's just going to take a whole bunch of hits all day, every day, man. So then we get to the nature. It is going to be that of an adamant nature, but you can go for a careful nature to have more special defense. But in this situation here, we are going to be going all out with the offense here. So 248 EVs are going to be going into the HP, 252 into attack, and 8 into speed. And then we take a look at the move set. The first move, should kind of go without saying, is going to be Sunsteel Strike for that really reliable and solid steel type coverage. Up next, we have ourselves Photon Geyser for Psychic type stab and for special attacking purposes. That is going to be utilizing the attack stat as a special move. That I just can't get over how crazy that move is already. And then up next, we have ourselves Knockoff. Yes, this Pokemon gets Knockoff. If that isn't already terrifying enough, now you have a reason to be terrified. And then last but not least, we have ourselves Earthquake, which is a very good move to round off the coverage here of this set. Now, going back to the items here for a second, feel free to use something like Choice Band, which will lock you into one move, but it will increase your attack stat by 50%. Or if you want to change the EV spread from, say, max attack to max speed, then use something like Choice Scarf, so that way you have somewhat of a really fast revenge killer, and a very effective one at that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that right there is going to conclude this video. This has been your competitive guide on how to use Dusk Mane Necrozma. Now, as I've said every other time, or at least I hope I did, feel free to post your own sets in the comment section down below. I would love to hear how you guys use Dusk Mane Necrozma. If you guys enjoyed the video, then make sure you smash the hell out of the like button. And if you're new here, then be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so that way you guys will be the first to know when you see me upload next. And also, if you want to join our community, then make sure you subscribe because we are an amazing community and we accept anybody and everybody with open arms. With all that being said, guys, thank you all very much for watching this video. Much love to you guys. Don't forget, subscribe, support, stay positive, keep it 100%, and I'll see you guys next upload.